This is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. It is not the G2 version, it is not the Pro version, it is the original BMPCC6K. But this BMPCC6K has been heavily modified, and it is, in my opinion, a superior camera over the Pro and G2 versions. Don't believe me? Stick around and see for yourself. So one of the biggest issues about the BMPCC6K is that the LCD screen is fixed. You can't tilt or flip it. Fortunately, Tilta, a camera accessory manufacturer, has developed a mod kit that allows you to convert your BMPCC6K screen into a tiltable one. Not only that, the same mod kit would add an NVMe SSD slot to the camera. But more on that later. Now, I know that the G2 and Pro versions come with a tiltable screen natively, but with the Tilta screen mod, I can do this. I can now vlog with this camera. The image would be upside down though, but it's a small price to pay to have a screen that can flip to face the front. And as I mentioned earlier, the Tilta screen mod adds an NVMe SSD slot to the camera. And how this works is that you first place your NVMe SSD into this case, caddy, whatever you want to call it. Then after that, all you need to do is to slot it into the USB-C port that's hidden behind the LCD screen, and voila! No more trying to figure out how to mount your external SSDs onto the camera. And best of all, no USB cables required. Next, I address the power issue of this camera. It's no secret that the BMPCC6K is a power-hungry camera. The default Canon LPE6 batteries that come with it can't even survive 1 hour of recording. So, to solve this problem, I've added a Tilta NPM 970 battery plate to the bottom of the camera. Now, you don't need to get a cage for this mod. You can just mount the battery plate directly underneath the camera or wherever you want. Now, I got a cage because I tend to knock my cameras around, so the cage provides that little bit of protection for the camera. By adding the NPM 970 battery plate, I can now use the much higher capacity NPM 970 batteries. Now, just one NPM 970 battery gives me over 3 times more power than a single LPE6 battery. To give you an idea of how much more power that is, I can now do an entire day's worth of shooting with just 1 or 2 MPF batteries. And yes, I know that I can get a V-mount battery plate and mount a V-mount battery instead, but V-mount batteries tend to be rather large and they can add quite a bit of weight and bulk up the camera. Plus, I already own a lot of MPF 970 batteries. Lastly, and this is a big one, my BMPCC6K is able to shoot in full frame. Well, almost full frame. By installing Look Adapter's Magic Booster, I'm able to reduce the crop factor from 1.5 times to 1.18 times. And as an additional bonus, I also gain an extra stop of light, which is very helpful as Blackmagic cameras are not known for their low light performance. And with the IR cut filter, I no longer have to deal with IR pollution. Now, I know that some of you might be thinking that by adding the Magic Booster, the image quality is going to take a hit. Well, here are some test shots taken on my BMPCC6K with the Magic Booster. Take a look for yourself and let me know what you think in the comment section below. So, I'll be honest, I actually wasn't optimistic about the image quality being good. I half expected to see some softness or vignetting. But I have to say, I didn't notice any degradation in quality at all. Maybe if I did a before and after side-by-side test, I might be able to find something. But if you need to see something side by side to find its flaws, then it's probably not that big a deal. Anyway, for the type of stuff I normally shoot, I think that this quality is already overkill, and I'm very impressed by it. So in conclusion, I think that this heavily modified BMPCC6K is a much better camera than both its G2 and Pro counterparts. However, it does come with its shortcomings. Like both the G2 and Pro versions have the option of adding a viewfinder, and the Pro version comes with built-in NDs. And then there's the issue of installing the mods. Installing the Magic Booster is fairly simple, but the Tilta Screen mod, on the other hand, requires you to open up your camera and use a heat gun to remove the existing screen. And if you're not careful, there is a risk of actually damaging your camera. In terms of cost, I bought my BMPCC6K used, and along with all the mod kits and stuff, the total cost was about the same as a brand new BMPCC6K Pro. Now, some people may think that it's still better to go for the Pro version, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I respectfully disagree. In my opinion, the ability to shoot in full frame and have an LCD screen that can flip to face the front far outweighs all the benefits that the G2 and Pro versions can provide. And with that, I shall end the video. Until next time, see ya!